X-ray vision.
Okay, because it shows X-ray. I don't see nothing.
I usually can see when a green box come up, that means somebody that jumped on. There it is.
Okay.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Business Awareness Thursday with Lush. I am here today with the beautiful Leslie, owner and founder of LifeLines.
Right.
Right. And thanks for having me.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Kim?
I'm good. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Just see what LifeLines is about. Talk about some important things like CPR and things of that nature. So when you graduated high school, did you always think you were gonna go in the medical field? That was your...
Yes, I always knew I was going to be a nurse. We have a long history of nurses in my family, from my grandmother to my mother. All my aunts, everybody's in the medical field, so it was never a doubt in my mind what I wanted to do when I finished high school. So I went from, as soon as I graduated high school, I was a CNA. I went from a CNA to an EMT on the ambulance, and then I was a LPN, and now I'm an RN. So I've been in the nursing field for a very long time, but I've been an RN for 3 years and a LPN for 5. So altogether, I've been nursing for 8 years.
Okay, did you attend school locally?
Yes, I went to Bishop State Community College, the best school in the land, you guys.
There it is.
I love Bishop State. Bishop State students, when you're ready to get certified in your ACLS and PALS, let me know.
Okay. So I know initially, well, not when you first started, but you were traveling at one point.
Yes.
What cities did you actually work in?
In 2016, I went to Los Angeles, California, where I became a travel nurse. It was a wonderful experience. I would have still been traveling today, but I had a baby, so I'm home enjoying my family time.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You had a baby, so you gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, and then she birthed LifeLines.
Yes.
So with LifeLines, when was that initially established?
LifeLines was just established, I would say 8 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I established LifeLines because after having my beautiful baby girl, after 11 days of birth, she stopped breathing. And we had to rush her to the hospital, and en route to the hospital, my daughter went limp and turned blue. I was hysterical, I was screaming. My husband was just yelling, "Save my daughter." And I immediately started CPR. Once we got to the emergency room staff praised me for being able to revive her. Once we got there, they could tell that she was cyanotic, that she had stopped breathing, but by the time we made it, she was breathing again. So everybody was just praising me on, saving her. And I just thought to myself, like, oh my God, I was just so full. And I was like, how many people don't know CPR? What if I didn't know CPR? What would have happened to my daughter? So that's how LifeLines got initiated, because I wanted to give everybody that chance to be the one to be able to help their loved one.
Right. So as you can see, it's very important that you do learn this procedure, because it can save lives. It saves a baby girl's life. It can save a stranger life. I know a lot of people have issues with like different procedures, like mouth to mouth and things like that. Is it other ways, or what would you say when somebody, just say for instance, we out and somebody is having one of those moments where they stop breathing, and my thing is, I wouldn't think about that, but I know there's other measures that can be used.
Right.
What are some of those measures?
Right. Well, heart disease is the leading cause of death in America in all nationalities. So with that being said, over 350,000 people a year have a cardiac arrest. Only 10% of those people survive. And that rate is so low due to lack of knowledge. People passing out in front of you and nobody knows what to do, or people freeze up. My job is to make everybody CPR certified. There's no age to learn CPR. Anybody can know CPR. It can be your family member that falls out in front of you. Everybody's just stunned and like what to do. You call 911 and you put your actions to work. You don't have to do mouth to mouth. You can initially start by just chest compressions, and I'm going to show you that at the end of this interview.
Okay. So you recently became an instructor here at the American Red Cross, right? And you are an instructor for
the American Heart Association. So I've been teaching since October. I went to Birmingham and got certified for my American Heart Association, so I'm able to teach heart savers, BLS, which is basic life support, ACLS, which is advanced cardiovascular life support, and PALS, that's the pediatric version. So with the Red Cross, they also train first aid. So I do the first aid and BLS with American Red Cross. And American Red Cross has been wonderful. They allow me to teach in their facility. So all my classes that will be offered Monday through Friday at the Red Cross at 35 North Sage.
That's awesome, and congrats on that. Because I remember when you reached out and told me you passed everything and you was good to go and you were here. So that was some great news. Also, if you're watching, just make sure you like and share. If you're on Facebook, make sure you like and share, please, because this is some important, valuable information that everybody should be aware of and everybody should know about, and know that there is an opportunity for them to learn this procedure here locally, and they don't have to be on somebody's job to learn it. Because I know a lot of times you have instructors like yourself, they'll go to corporations, which is fine. But if you don't have that privilege or your job don't offer it, you have the opportunity still just by taking Leslie's class.
Right. I'm partnered with Figures Park and Recreation. That's a neighborhood facility. My dad sometimes work at the park teaching football. So I will be doing voluntarily free classes for just people who want to learn CPR and don't actually need a certificate. If you need the certifications for your job, or for if you're a physical trainer instructor and you need it for whatever you do, you have to pay for those classes. But folks who just want to learn how to save a life and learn how to be there if your grandma needs you or if your dad needs you, I would gladly do those classes for free. You just contact me and I'll let you know when we're doing a free class at Michael Figures Recreation Center.
Okay, that's great. That's great information. Y'all make sure y'all like and share any comments, questions, or anything like that that comes up. We'll answer them after the fact. So now we gonna get into her showing me some techniques.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so the first thing you want to do, if you coming into a room or somebody just passes out in front of you, the first thing you want to do is make sure your scene is safe. You don't want to go into anything not knowing what's going on, so you just want to scan the area, because the person could be down for any reason. Somebody could have shot them, somebody could have knocked them down, or it could be medical. So you want to make sure your scene is safe before you do anything else. So you're going to come around, look around, make sure everything's okay. You're going to acknowledge the person, and this is called checking for responsiveness. Hello, mister, are you okay? Hello, can you hear me? If you don't hear anything, you don't get a response, you just basically kneel down on the side of that person, and you're going to check for a pulse, the carotid pulse. It's right here on the side. You're going to hold it for 5 seconds, no longer than 10. So you're going to check for a pulse for 5 seconds. Okay? There's no pulse. What do you do next? If there's no pulse, you're going to make sure that they're on a bare chest. That is a bare chest. You can do this alone, but you want to also, soon all this is happening simultaneously, you're going to call for help, because hopefully you're not by yourself. If you are by yourself, everybody has cell phones. You can do this while calling 911. Okay, you're going to make sure they have a bare chest. If they're not breathing, you're going to look for breathing. You'll be able to see their chest, if their chest is rising and falling, okay? You're going to put your hand, the palm of your hand, between the breastbones at the nipple line. Place your other hand on top, lock your elbows, and put your shoulders over your hand for good compressions. And you're going to compress 2 inches. You're going to compress 2 inches at a rate of 30, at a rate of 100 to 120, okay? So it's going to be hard and fast. I want you to allow full recall of the chest. Once you press down, let it come all the way up before you press down again, okay? And we're going to do that 30 times, and then we're going to administer 2 breaths. Now, if you're only doing hands-on CPR, if this is a stranger, then I want you to not put your mouth on the person. You're just going to do CPR. I have these mouth guards. So you can also use a mouth guard if you have them handy, and this is what you place over the patient's mouth when you want to do mouth to mouth as well. So we're gonna use this. I'm gonna use a bag valve mask because this is what hospital staffs will be using. But if you're a lay person, you hopefully have your pocket mask. Okay, so we're gonna count to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. You're gonna lift the head up and you're gonna take 2 deep breaths. 1, 2. And you're gonna immediately start back CPR. You got that point?
I think so. Okay, so of course, first you're gonna check the area. Once you check the area, you're going to check a pulse.
You're gonna check the pulse. Yes.
Check the pulse.
You're gonna call 911 or call for help first.
Okay. Okay, I call 911. So then I'm gonna check for a pulse. They have no pulse.
Mm-hmm.
So then you say look for to see if they're breathing, right?
Right.
Because you'll see if their chest is rising.
Mm-hmm.
So once you check you see that they're not breathing, you'll what you call
Place
this?
your hand. This is sternum.
Okay.
But you're gonna place your hand at the nipple line.
Okay, at the nipple line. And once I place my hand at the nipple line, I'm gonna take my other hand and lock in.
Lock in. Yes.
Shoulders over the
Over
hand.
your arm. Yes.
Okay, and then 30 times.
You're gonna do it. Yes, 30 and then 2 breaths.
Okay.
30 compressions and then 2 breaths.
Okay, so let me do.
But we're doing it fast, so it's gonna be at a rate of 120.
Okay. And then 2 breaths, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, and those are the first 2 steps. So by this time, hopefully, while you're doing the CPR, help has arrived. If you're in a public place should have an AED. A place such as Walmart, any gyms, all these places should have an AED. And an AED is a device that would shock the heart back into the correct rhythm, hopefully, okay? So by this time, I'm gonna help Kimberly as she continues with the compressions. You're gonna do it for 2 minutes. You're gonna put this on, keep doing compressions, and we switch after every 2 minutes. But in between time, the AED will be analyzing the rhythm, and it will give us directions on what to do next and when to shock the patient.
So those go on, and then
You continue the CPR.
Oh, okay. So I continue the compressions.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna turn on our AED.
Analyzing rhythm. Everyone stand clear. Analyzing rhythm. Everyone stand clear. Shock advised.
Okay, it says shock advised. It's
Everyone
gonna
stand
charge.
clear. Everyone stand clear. Push the shock button.
You make sure everybody's clear, that nobody's touching the patient,
Shock delivered.
and you administer
Begin
the
5
shock.
cycles of CPR.
Right, and you're gonna begin 5 cycles. So immediately after the shock, if it tells you to continue the CPR, you jump back on it and you start CPR full force again. And I'm gonna be the one with this now. We need to count out loud so we can
24,
hear.
25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
Okay, we're lifting the head up. We're administering 2 rescue breaths. Start CPR.
1 minute and 30 seconds of CPR
2,
remain.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
1, 2. Immediately start CPR.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
1 minute of CPR remain.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Good
11,
compression.
12, 13,
You can hear it clicking. That means that she's going the full 2 inches.
24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
Can you You tired? So just think about when your adrenaline rushing and somebody that you love needs CPR. It is that
30
serious.
seconds of CPR remain.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
She's doing a great job, by the way, you guys.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
Start CPR.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Analyzing rhythm.
8, 9,
Everyone stand clear.
Stand clear.
No shock advised.
Okay.
Begin 5 cycles of CPR.
So I saved him.
No shock advised. If it says no shock advised, they still don't have a rhythm. Hopefully EMS is here by now so we can stop doing
But
CPR.
otherwise,
Yes, otherwise you continue with the CPR until they're in V-fib, and then we're able to defibrillate and hopefully transport them to the hospital, and they have a higher chance of success. If a person falls into cardiac arrest, sudden cardiac arrest, and you initially do CPR, remember the survival rate was only 10% of out of hospital cardiac arrest. But if you immediately start CPR on that person, their survival rate increases times 3. So they have a very good likelihood of surviving with quick recognition and quick action. So basically what you have seen here is the basis of CPR. You know, it's a visual, audio visual class, so you'll be watching videos when you come to my course, but we'll also do hands-on, and I can answer any questions that you have, but this is the majority of it. You see how easy it was? Anybody can do it, but it is tiring when you're actually on the scene. So everybody who think us ER nurses be chilling, one cardiac arrest can make us tired for the whole night. So thank y'all, and we're gonna finish
the interview. Whew. Baby, that was a workout. So you're saying those machines should be in facilities like where the trainers are and things like that. So you gym owners,
you need an AED.
Yeah, you need one.
And contact me, because I can get you that too.
So all of the gym owners, I have a couple of friends that own gyms. Y'all need to get with Leslie.
Yes.
ASAP. Because I've been in that situation where I felt like I was finna go. I did. But yeah.
So everybody, some people who really need CPR, the coaches at the Park and Recreations. The Park and Recreations does not require the coaches to be CPR certified, but you're out there with those kids. Anything can happen at any time. We hear about the basketball players having a sudden death from the heart problems. All coaches need to be CPR certified. Any secretary, any front desk workers. You come in contact with so many people every day. Keep in mind, this is the leading cause of death in America. So everybody needs to know it. Just imagine if it was you who needed it. You would want somebody to know the proper way to save you.
Right.
So.
That's absolutely right. So this is so important. So important. That was good. That was good information. Whew, I'm tired, but that will be worth it. Saving a life is worth anything. So, what would you say some of the key things that keep you motivated in doing this? I know by you saving your daughter's life, you can save a life, but just something, because I know first starting out, becoming an entrepreneur, running your own thing, it can get discouraging. What are some of the things that have kept you motivated?
My kids have kept me motivated. You know, I was very discouraged. I started the CPR. I know there's people already out doing CPR, but the competition is out there. Everybody wants to work for themselves. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. All I can tell you is never get discouraged. Do something that sets you apart from everybody else. Like I said, I'm teaching classes Monday through Friday. Whenever you call me, I will make myself available to you, you know, so we can work something out. I just say stay motivated. Money is not always the motive.
That's right.
I'm here to reach so many people on so many different levels because this can easily be you. I work in the ER, so I see people, young people come in cardiac arrest. I see old people. I had a patient, a 60-year-old man who was in perfect health, in perfect health. He was winning cardiac arrest on the treadmill.
Wow.
You know, so it doesn't matter how healthy you are. Things happen, people. Things happen, and we just need to be ready. You just need to be prepared. You know, you would feel so great if you know that you contributed to saving a life.
You're right. That's right. So give them all your social media outlets on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, on Facebook, I'm LifeLineZCpr. I have new flyers and new business cards coming later today, and I'll post that. And my IG is yourfavoritenurse_RN.
Okay. And if they wanted to book a class, like anything like that, give them a contact number,
Okay.
and we'll tag it in the comments.
Okay. My contact number is 251-406-1913, or you could simply DM me or email me at LifelineZCpr@gmail.com.
Okay, great. Well, congrats on everything, and this is awesome because it is needed. It's one of the things our generation don't think, they don't think about.
Right.
And so I'm glad you started this, and I'm glad I was able to share with you guys because this is so, so, so important. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Business Awareness Thursday with Lush. Make sure, if y'all have questions, please ask them. No question is a dumb question because that could be a question somebody else don't know or scared to ask. Ask questions, talk, it's necessary. Stay tuned to all the events that Lush has coming up. March 30th, there is another networking event. Me and Gemini Studios, Ayla Goodson, are putting on another networking event. This time we're taking more than 20 vendors. Last time we took we actually took over 20. We took 22, but we're gonna take up to 30 vendors this time. We're opening up the other part of the studio. If you would like to be a vendor, you have a business you would like to actually brand and broadcast at this event, vendor fee is only $25. If you want to attend, come shop, come network, it's only $5. Bottomless sangrias, we will have that. We will have sounds by Avenger DJ Q. We'll have a photographer there who will be catching these memories. So all of that is March 30th from 12 to 3 at Gemini Studios. Also, Lush Consulting Firm is presenting a women's conference that's coming up. It's called Love Yourself Healthy Women's Conference. That is Sunday, May 26th at the Admirals Hotel downtown. That event will be from 1 to 4. I have an amazing speaker who will be there. We're going to do panel discussions. We're going to have music. We're going to have food. We're going to have a great time. So make sure if you also want to be a vendor or sponsor for that event, just send the email to Kimberly@lushconsultingfirm.com. Again, the email address is Kimberly@lushconsultingfirm.com. I'll send you out the event bio and sponsorship and vendor package. And yeah, it's something we need. And that's all I have. You have something else?
Yes. So to coaching staff and to students, if you have a group of people who want to be CPR certified, whether it's first aid, AED, CPR, BLS, PALS, or ACLS, I can come and teach on site for a class of 10 or more. Wherever you're located, I'll come set up with mannequins and all the supplies, and I can give you the course. And if it's a group of 10 or more, the rate will be discounted. Also, I would be a vendor setting up at the Diabetes Walk on March the 17th.
Oh, okay.
My son is a type 1 diabetes, so everybody who knows this, please come out and support the Diabetes Walk. But I'll have a station set up. I'll be doing blood pressure checks and blood sugar check, and also signing people up to come and take a CPR class.
And what's the date?
March 17th.
March 17th. That is great.
And I'll post everything on my social media sites.
And I'll share it under this thread so you guys can get the information. And if you'd like to see any entrepreneurs, business owners, organizations, or anything like that on Business Awareness Thursday with the Lush, just shoot me a direct message in my inbox or my DM, and I'll reach out. If you send me their contact information, I'll reach out so that we can get them scheduled. Right now, I know I'm booking in May at this point right now. Also, we are now on iHeartRadio and iTunes. So guess what? Subscribe, please. Will be greatly appreciated. There are also 2 other local podcast shows that's on iHeart and iTunes. You have Great Morning Pals with Ayla Goodson, and you also have Sister Code with Aja and Ariel. So those are 3 local podcast shows we all should be supporting. Everybody has, you have one for entertainment, you have one for inspiration and motivation, and you got one that's letting you know what's going on in the city with all these different businesses. So tap in and support. That's all we have today. We want to thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see you next Thursday.
Thank you, everybody.
You had something else to say? Okay.
Okay, how you